I'd like
Big Mac value pack. Make it 2, please. And a supersized fry with...
You used to be able to pull into a drive-thru with $5 in your pocket and drive off with dinner. A cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. Maybe even an apple pie. Simple, fast, and affordable. But now, a Big Mac combo can cost you over $17. Add nuggets and you're staring at a $20 receipt from McDonald's. That's not a special occasion dinner, that's lunch. From the same place where value was once the main selling point. So how did fast food go from budget bites to borderline luxury? Let's rewind. In the early 2000s, fast food was the go-to option for anyone trying to stretch a dollar. McDonald's had the dollar menu, Taco Bell had 99-cent burritos, Wendy's served up the famous 4 for $4. These deals were lifesavers for working parents, broke students, and kids looking for a cheap lunch. But slowly, those value deals started to disappear. The dollar menu, gone. Taco Bell's cravings menu, more like a suggestion. Even the 4 for $4 at Wendy's, it's become the 4 for $6. And climbing. And it wasn't just a marketing pivot. It was a fundamental shift in the promise of fast food. These menus weren't just promotions. They were safety nets. They meant that even if your paycheck was late or your grocery budget didn't stretch far enough, you could still feed yourself or your family. You could still sit down with a hot meal and feel full without feeling broke. The disappearance of these deals sent a message. Fast food is no longer for people who need it most. It's for people willing to pay for convenience, not people relying on it. People began to notice. But it wasn't just about the disappearance of deals. It was the size of the leap. We weren't talking about meals going up 20 or 30 cents. We were talking dollars. Whole dollars, sometimes 5, sometimes more. For many, it felt like getting priced out of something you never thought you'd lose. You could argue inflation played a role, and you'd be right. Food prices across the board have gone up since 2020. Beef, dairy, bread, oil, everything used in fast food has become more expensive. And wages in the industry have also risen, which is a good thing. Workers should be paid fairly. But here's where it gets complicated. While ingredients and labor costs did increase, fast food prices outpaced those jumps. In some cases, by a lot. Chains like McDonald's, Chipotle, and Starbucks reported record profits in 2023 and 2024. Not stable profits. Not just surviving, record-breaking. And at the same time, customers were paying more, often for smaller portions, less consistency, and fewer value options. So consumers are asking, if you're raising prices to cover costs, why are your profit margins increasing? That's when the mood started to shift. People weren't just annoyed, they were angry. Social media exploded with posts. Screenshots of Taco Bell orders totaling $25, tweets mocking $20 fast food combos, TikToks comparing a McDonald's order to what you could buy at a grocery store for the same price. Receipt rage became a thing. YouTubers jumped in, Reddit threads multiplied, and suddenly what seemed like a few isolated complaints turned into something bigger, a cultural moment. Not just about food, but about fairness, about how Americans are being priced out of something that was always supposed to be for everyone. Because for decades, fast food wasn't just part of the economy, it was part of the American identity. Because let's be honest, fast food was never about gourmet. It was never about premium anything. It was about convenience, predictability, filling up on the cheap. It was the fallback when you were broke, tired, or just needed a quick meal. And now, that fallback costs more than it should. We're not just talking McDonald's. Chick-fil-A, which once offered $6 meals, now charges closer to $12 or $15. A basic combo at Popeyes or KFC can clear $14 with tax. Add in a second person, and you're spending what you could have at a sit-down restaurant just a few years ago. And don't even bring up delivery apps. Fees, tips, service charges. One Taco Bell run on DoorDash can hit $30 for a single person. No joke. It's not just frustrating, it's symbolic. Because when fast food becomes unaffordable, it sends a message. One that says, this economy isn't for you anymore. You might be able to stomach a high gas bill. You might roll your eyes at rising rent. But when you can't even afford fries without thinking twice, that hits different. It's not about luxury dining. It's not about filet mignon or artisan coffee. It's a burger. It's nuggets. It's the stuff that was supposed to be cheap. And what's worse, the people hurt most by this shift are the same ones who relied on fast food the most. Low-income families, essential workers, students, the folks working long hours who used to count on a quick bite between shifts or before school. Now they're choosing between a drive-through meal and groceries, between a combo meal and a tank of gas, between convenience and survival. That's not a meal, that's a warning sign. So why haven't these companies fixed it? Because it's working. For them. When customers cut back, chains don't panic. They raise prices again, sell fewer meals, but make more per customer. And when they hit earnings goals, they reward shareholders. Execs cash in bonuses. CEOs praise pricing power on quarterly calls. It's not broken from their perspective, it's optimized. But for customers, it feels like betrayal, because the contract was always clear. Give us loyalty, we'll give you value. That was the deal. That was the brand. And now, that deal's off. The result? People are cooking at home again, meal prepping, avoiding chains, turning to frozen food, rethinking what fast and easy really mean. And in the long term, that might be a good thing. Maybe we'll all eat a little better, save a little more, get a little smarter about how we spend. But still, something's been lost. Because fast food wasn't just about calories or convenience, it was cultural, social, a shared reference point. The late night runs, the post-game stops, the birthday party and the play place. It wasn't just food. It was affordable access to something fun. Now it's a luxury. And for a lot of people, that hurts. Because it's not just about missing a burger. It's about missing what that burger represented. A break, a breather, a moment of ease in a busy, often overwhelming world. The idea that even if everything else was stressful, work, bills, life, you could still count on a $5 meal that made you feel full. Now, that's gone. So where does it go from here? Maybe the chains bring back real value meals. Maybe they test new formats. Maybe smaller, regional players step up with stripped-down menus and fair prices. Or maybe fast food, as we knew it, is gone, replaced by something shinier, pricier, and far less democratic. Because that's what's really at stake here. Accessibility. And when that disappears, it's not just the food that changes. It's the feeling, the social glue, the ability to say, let's grab something, without checking your bank account first. The next time you see that $18 receipt, ask yourself, is this just inflation? Or is this the new normal? And if it is, what does that say about where we're headed? Because fast food used to be a pressure release valve, and now it's a pressure point. It used to be a safety net. Now it's a source of stress. And when you lose something that millions relied on, not for luxury, but for survival, that loss ripples out. It changes how we eat, how we spend, and how we feel about the systems around us. If you've seen a fast food price that shocked you, tell us in the comments. What was your "this can't be real" moment? Was it $6 fries? A $13 chicken sandwich? A $9 soda? And if this hit home, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because this isn't just about burgers. It's about fairness. It's about everyday life. It's about whether convenience still includes the people who need it most. Because when a burger combo costs the same as a bag of groceries, something's broken. And when millions of people start skipping fast food because they can't afford it, not because they don't want it, that's not just a trend. That's a warning. And if we don't pay attention, we risk losing something that was never supposed to be exclusive in the first place. Fast food was for everyone. Let's not forget that. We'll catch you in the next one.